Hello viewers, you are welcome to today's tutorial. If you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell. You can as well like and share this video. Thank you. Let's get to work. Today I want to show you how to draft an off-shoulder, one-shoulder princess bustier blouse. The materials needed are: you need your ruler, your curve rulers, Ankara print, wording to pad it because it is a princess bustier and we are going to pad it, and interfacing. So I have here now, I have my basic bodice. My basic bodice is drawn out now. If you haven't watched my basic bodice video, I advise you to go and watch it so that you will know what I did here. So this is the neckline, this is the armhole curve. Then this is where we are going to create our darts. So in this tutorial, we need two darts. So we are going to utilize the armhole dart and also the waist dart for this tutorial. So the first thing, the measurements we need are the shoulder measurement, the sleeve length, the round sleeve, the bust, the under bust, the waist, the blouse length. This is I'm going to do a peplum. I'm going to attach a peplum to this waistline. So, and the nipple to nipple measurement. Also, I want you to have an idea of what I want to do. Like this is the normal basic bodice. So we are going to slant the neckline so that it will go to this shoulder side, so that this sleeve will now be an off shoulder sleeve. So the dotted lines will be cut off. These dotted lines will be cut off. Then we are now going to have a complete sleeve. A complete sleeve will be here, and an off shoulder sleeve will be here. So the first thing to do now, since I have created my neckline, this neck now I used this is my shoulder. My shoulder measurement is 16 inches. I used 4 by 4 here. This is 4 inches wide, and this is the length. The length also is 4 inches. So for the armhole, I use my normal measurement. I put it there. So from here, I'm going to input my nipple to nipple measurement here. Nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inches. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inches. That means my 7 inches divided by 2, because this is the folded edge. I folded this into 2. So I'm going to input my dart measurement. My dart is 7 inches. 7 inches divided by 2 will give me 3.5. So then let's label this out, as you know that this is the bust, this is the upper chest, this is the under bust, and this is the waist. So all I have here is 17 inches, because from here to my waist is 17 inches, and the blouse length I'm using is 25 inches altogether. So if this is 17 inches, I'm going to subtract it from 25 to get my peplum that I'm going to attach to it. So we are first of all working on the upper part. We are first of all working on from the shoulder, from the nape of the shoulder to the waist. That's where we are working on now. So from here to here is 17 inches, as you can see. So this is my under bust, which is 14 inches. This is my bust, 10 inches, and my upper chest, which is 7 inches. So I'm going to input that nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.5 from the waist. 3.5 also here. 3.5, I will input it here also. So I'm now going to input my waist dart first. You know, I told you we are using 2 darts. I'm going to input my waist dart first. I'm going to take away 3/4 from both sides. So 3/4 from this side, and also 3/4 from this side. You may take away, you may decide to take away 1 inch from both sides, which will give you 2 inches. But for me, I want to take away 3/4 from both sides. Depends on your bust. Depends on how busty the person is. So if the person is busty, like me, I'm using bust 36. For somebody that is using bust maybe 42, you can use 2 inches, or you can use and a quarter. So I'm going to mark on the waistline. I'm going to mark 3/4, and I'm also going to mark 3/4 here also. So I'm also going to measure 3/4 on this side too, which is my under bust, so as to give us a very good bustier. So I'm going to connect this together, all these points together with this point. That's what I'm going to connect now, so to make my waist dart. So right now I have my waist dart here. My waist dart is here. So the next thing is to input my armhole dart. There are different places you can place that. You can place that on the neckline, on the shoulder. You can place it on the armhole, but the two we are using here is what I've mentioned. So I'm going to measure this out. This is 7 inches. I'm going to locate the middle. The middle point is 3.5, and from the middle point I'm going to draw a straight line to connect to my bust. I'm going to draw a straight line that will connect to my bust like this. Don't forget, this is a princess bustier. This is what you can use to draft out a princess bustier. So this is the straight line I measured. So then I'll now input my dart. So I'm going to take 1/2 inch on both sides. Then I'm going to connect it, but before I connect it, I'll measure 1 inch up, so that to ease the bust area, so that you won't have something that will be pointed. So this is I'm also going to measure 1 inch down. So from here I'm now going to connect this point to the 1 inch that I measured. Can you see? So I've connected it to the 1 inch that I measured. So from here now, from here to here, that's 1 inch. So since I've deducted 1 inch here, that 1 inch I'm going to add it to the leg of this dart. I'm going to add that 1 inch to it, and this is it. So that by the time I join the panels together, it will reach, it won't be short. So I've extended this dart leg because I'm going to use this dart leg. That's why I extended it. So I'm going to use that one to create another armhole curve. So this is the new armhole that we have created. So we are going to discard this. So we are not going to use this, we are discarding it. So from here, I'm now going to blend this area. I'm going to blend this area. From here now, the next thing to do, since we have created our dart, the next thing to do is to input all my measurements. From the bust, I'm going to input my bust measurement. My bust measurement here is 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 inches. So 9 inches, I'm going to, whatever dart you take, you must add it to your side seam so that the cloth will be sufficient. So I'm going to input 9 plus the dart here is 1/2 inch, which will give me 9.5, and 9.5 plus 2 inches extra seam will give me 11.5. So I will have 11.5 here. And 11.5 is here. And on my bust line, I'm going to input my bust measurement, which is 36 also. 36 divided by 4 gives me 9, with the extra, with the sewing allowance, which is 2 inches. I'm adding 2 inches sewing allowance because I want the cloth to be sufficient. And also the under bust, I'm going to input my under bust measurement. What do I have here? I have 1.5 here. I'm going to add the dart intake, which is 1.5. I'll add it to under bust measurement, which is 30. Is 7.5. 7.5 plus 1.5 will give me 9. So I'll put 9 here. And also here on the waist, I also have 1.5. 1.5 plus 7.5 with 7.5 to also give me 9. So I'm now going to add extra allowance that we used to sew it, which is 2 inches. It's better to have a surplus cloth than to have a cloth that will not be enough. So this is the lines we are utilizing now. This line, these 4 lines. So I'm going to connect it. Then on this armhole, you can add extra ½ inch for his. I normally add that for his on the armhole. You may decide not to put that, but I prefer using it. So I have this now. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm also going to take this out. So I have my princess bustier now. So the next thing to do is to use this, bring this out, and use it to cut my back. This is our back bodice. Then this is my dart. I've input my dart. Then my measurements are here already. If you don't know how to do this, I refer you back to my basic bodice pattern drafting that I just did. So you can check it so that you will know how I did this. So this is my back that I've drafted out. So I'm going to use this measurement I'm going to place it together on each other. I'm going to place the front and the back bodies on each other now to do the slanting of the neckline, so that I'll have my off shoulder and one shoulder blouse. So this is the front and this is the back. You can see the zip allowance. So I'm going to fold the zip allowance in. So I'm going to place the front on the back. So I did not cut the I'm still going to cut the panel, but I want to first of all do the neck before I cut the panels. So with these are all my joining. So I'm going to use this one to join it. This is the extra allowance. This is the sewing allowance to join the shoulder to another shoulder, and this is another sewing allowance here. So we have one all together, ½ inch here, making one. So we are going to cut it out so that I'll be able to place it on each other properly. So let me first of all cut this one. So I'll now place it on each other and I'll make sure it's aligned. So then with this now, I'll now open it up to do my slanting, so that I'll be able to use this to trace it out. So this is it. So the next thing to do is to measure how off I want my shoulder to be. I want it to be as off as 5 inches. I want it to be as off as 5 inches. So my 5 inches is here. So my 5 inches is here. So now I'm going to this line, I'm going to negotiate it to come and join the inside. So after measuring this 5, I can now use this measure and ½ inch to come down a little. So this ½ inch is what I will now use to connect to what I have measured here using my free hand. So with this, the extra inch that we used to, the extra ½ inch to join, you are going to add it as you are. So this is it now. So since I have cut this out, now I can now go back to my zip allowance and split it open. This is my dart. This I'm going to leave this dart. So I can now go back to my zip allowance and split the zip allowance. Notch it out so that you know. So this is what we have. Then I'm going to cut this off. So from this, you know, this is what I cut off. You are going to place it back. You know, I use the front bodice to cut it. So and this one, it has a different armhole from the front body. So I'm going to use this armhole. This is the normal bodice that I use in Couture. I'm going to use this. So after that, we have slitted this, we are okay with this. The next thing to do is to cut this place off, because the 17 inches reach this side. The excess has been cut out now. So this is the back bodice. Then you label it back bodice. So the next thing to do now is to go back and separate our panels. So I will bring this dart out. Now here also I'm going to remove the dart here also. Carefully. So the dart has been removed. Then next thing. So this is our princess bustier. This is our princess bustier. This is it. You can see it's beautiful. So when I want to cut it, I'm going to use this to cut it on the fabric now. This is the result I have after using the pattern to cut out the fabric. This is the result. This is the front panels and this is the back bodice. So I'm going to join it together. I'm going to cut the lining exactly the same way. Then I will use the lining to turn it. I will show you how to cut out the pad, the wording. How I'm going to cut out the wording. So I'm going to use this pattern to draft out my wording now. So the next thing is, how do you pad it? How to pad. So how do you cut your wording? Measure from the, I'm only going to use only this single panel. So measure from this breast point, measure 5 inches away from the breast point. You do it in such a way that your pad will not go into the side seam. So from up here, you measure like 2.5 inches down, or come from here, also measure 5. From the breast point, also measure 5 inches, so that this will not, the pad will not go into the armhole. So from here, come down like this. When you get to the under bust, then I always use under bust here. Then you connect this under bust point to, using your free hand, to what I measured here. You connect it like this. So this is the shape of your, wording. So I'm going to cut it out now. Then I will use it to cut out my wording. We are going to use this one to measure this so that it will align with each other. This is 5 inches. You mark it here. Then you come here. You turn like this. You measure it. You use it to measure it the way I did. So this is where it will reach. So then you can now come in like this and go like this. It depends on however you want it. So I'm going to cut that out now. So I'll use that. So this is my wording. The next thing is to place my wording. Let me first of all cut the largest one. Unfold. So we are going to place this also. Remember, this is the breast point. So you leave some allowance here because of what we did on the fabric. This is where I will place my wording now. I'm going to use iron, or better still, you can sew it on the edge. So we have our padded. The next thing is to go and iron it properly. Then after ironing it, I can now use my lining. I can join the panels together now. I'll join the panels together. I'll make sure the breast points align with each other, align with the breast point here and align with the breast point here. Then I'll now use my lining to turn it. I'm going to use the back bodice to cut out my sleeve because this will be easier for me, because this one has not been slitted. So that's why I'm using it. This one has not been slitted into different panels. So I'll be using this to cut out my sleeve. So if you have not watched my basic sleeve pattern, I advise you to watch it because I'm starting from there. I'm going to use that sleeve because the length of the sleeve that I need. So this is the sleeve. This is the cut out sleeve already. So I'm going to input that sleeve here. The sleeve will be here. So for the sleeve that is not off shoulder, the sleeve length that I need for this tutorial is 8 inches. So that 8 inches is here. I'm going to locate it with a straight. I'm going to draw a straight line out with what I marked. So the 8 inches. So this is where it will reach. So I'm going to use I'm going to cut this out from another. So I can fold it like this and cut it out and add my allowances. If you haven't watched my basic sleeve, I advise you to go and watch it so as to be able to get what I'm doing here. This is the complete sleeve. So I have my sleeve, the complete sleeve is here. So I'm going to cut out another one, which will be the off shoulder sleeve. So I will show you how to do that. So from here I have the 2 complete sleeves now. So I'm going to make one off shoulder. One will be off shoulder. You remember when we were cutting, when we want to cut the off shoulder the other time, we took 5 inches off. When we wanted to negotiate like this, we wanted to form this slant, we took 5 inches off on the shoulder. So I'm going to measure that 5 inches now on one of these, the one I want to convert to off shoulder. So I'm going to measure that 5 inches on this folded edge. The 5 inches that will cut off, I will mark it. Place the peplum on 5 inches and mark it like this. Then I will come here. You cannot go straight like this because it won't work like that. I'll come here. I'll measure 5 inches also. So I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect it to each other. So as you can see, this is the off shoulder. This will go off. This side will go off now. So from here now, I have my new off shoulder sleeve. As you can see in this picture, this is it. So I have my new off shoulder sleeve. I have removed the 5 inches. So I have the full sleeve and the off shoulder sleeve. So let me show you how it will look like. This is where the off shoulder will be. This is the folded edge. The folded edge will face outside like this. It will align on the arm. So this is how it will be. This will be attached to this and it will go like this, as you can see. And this will be here. This is a full sleeve which will be here. So the next thing is to cut my peplum. I also have a video that shows how to cut peplum. You're going to fold your fabric. This is my fabric. I have folded it once. This will be in form of a circle skirt, as you can see. Make sure you fold it properly. Then I'll fold it again. So I folded it twice now. So how do I get my radius? So the next thing is to use my radius to calculate my peplum out. So the formula I'm going to use is 6.28. That's the standard formula. And if I use 6.28, I'm going to divide that 6.28, which is the standard formula for getting our circle skirt. 6.28 divided by my waist measurement. My waist measurement is 30 inches. So the 30, I'm going to divide that 30 by 6.28. So I'm going to have 5.0. So I'm going to have 5.01. So I'm going to measure that 5.01 here. So I want to add extra inches because I want to pleat it a little. So instead of that 5.0, I'm going to measure like 7 out. 7. I'll measure that 7 all through. I have almost 44 inches here and my waist is 32 at 30 inches, so it will be okay for me. The length of my peplum. How do I calculate the length of the peplum? Because the full length of my blouse is 25 inches and my waist is 17. Subtract 17 from 25, you are going to have 8 inches. So this will be 8 with extra 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So I'll measure 9. I'm going to measure 9 all through. So this is what I have. The next thing is to cut it out. So I have my peplum that I'm going to attach to the waist. So this is the final outlook of my off shoulder, one shoulder princess bustier blouse. As you can see, it is really looking lovely. You can see the princess bustier, it really came out nice. It really came out nice. So this is the back. Everything really came out nice. So if you like this video, please subscribe, share and like. See you in my next video. Bye.